appears that I have oil running down here, which means there's probably a seal in here that has dried up over the winter or whatever. I'd like to ignore it, but if you don't fix that, what that's going to do is let water into your lower unit, your gears here, and dilute your oil and wreck your lower unit. So now I guess I got to figure that out. There are 2 bolts inside that one, and there's another one in there, and I already got the other one off. It comes off pretty easily. Don't need any serious hardware here to get that off. I got to do it with another hand, but let me get those off. Okay, so I got my puller set up on here. Let's see if it'll come off. It's coming out really easily. That was super easy. This is what this piece looks like. This is the part that comes out. It says up there. And this is the seal I need to replace. There's some bearings in behind there. Another set of bearings there. And inside, if you can see, let's see. Yeah, you can sort of see under there. There is a bearing in there, and that would fill with gear oil. Yeah. And so with this shaft to keep those bearings lubricated, but I got to replace this seal here, and there's also a O-ring here, which I might as well replace at the same time. Here's the part number if anybody needs that. Alright, so I got this seal puller today, and no idea how to use it, but let's give it a shot and see if I can get this seal out. Alright, I don't think there's a lot to it. I'm going to just put one hook under here and see if I can get this out. Let's see. There. Ha! Got it out. There were actually, there's 2 seals in there. This came in the mail today. I think it was about 25 bucks. And as you can see, it's for my Johnson 35 horsepower. And it comes with a whole bunch of seals and gaskets and seals and gaskets, really. I did find a schematic of the lower unit. I'm not going to put a link up, but if you want to Google it, you can, or go to that site, and it's got shows where all the seals go. And then on this site, there's each one of these have a number, and there's a photograph of each one down below, which helps you kind of match up what these do. Oh, this is exciting. I get to use this thing. I think I made this in 1994. When I needed to press in a headset into my bike. But I think that is going to be a perfect thing that I need to press these bearings in. Let's give it a try. So my little homemade squisher got that first one in, easy enough. I'm going to just put the second one on. And remember, first one goes spring side down. This one has got the spring up. And I should be able to push it down on top of this other one, at least till it's flush, and then I'm going to have to use something to get it a little past flush. So I'm going to set you down and just do that. Alright, I was having a hard time getting the next one started because this was just flush. I used a 7/8, fits right over the metal part of that. And then my hammer, and I pounded it down just a little bit. Now this second one will sit in there on top of it, and I'm going to use this thing to squish it down. think there is a lip in there. I think it will stop when it gets down far enough. See where those other seals go right here. I think there's two stacked up there. I could take them out while I have this apart, but there's no evidence that it's leaking right there, and I just as soon leave it alone for now, save them for later. So I'm going to try to put it back together and see if it works. So yay, I got it all back together again. Filled the lower unit up with my gear lube. I don't think it's leaking. I think that's just a little bit that was caught underneath it. And I got it all wired up to my battery, and it actually is going to start perfectly. I think I am ready to take it for a drive and see if it works. Oh,